Yo, what's going on, guys? Doc Testosterone here with my main man, Ryan McGinn.
What's up, guys? You're looking awesome, I hope.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But they will. So guys, if you were wondering why I wear the types of clothes I wear when I go out, why I get compliments from girls, and so on, I didn't always used to be like this. So when I first came to St. Pete, I met Ryan through Strength Camp and Elliot Hulse. He's very good friends with him, and that is how I got to know his brand. So Ryan teaches guys how to look fucking good, right? And it's not just, hey, wear this shit and you're gonna look good. It's not that. He customizes how your style is and makes you look good based on what is congruent with your nature. So me, being brought up as a fucking nerd and not, I never gave a shit about what I wore. And a lot of guys here, also the guys who, follow RSD, this concept of looks don't matter. I was brought up into that culture.
Yeah.
So I never gave a shit about what I wore. So I didn't care about my shoes. I didn't care about my hair. I didn't care about how well I groomed. I didn't care about anything. Even this dope look, this European amazing look.
I love that you do that.
Right? And I didn't care about, and the reason I got this good at just looking good and attracting girls just because of the way I look, getting compliments from people, is all due to Ryan McGinn. Mm-hmm. So I want to give you a warm welcome to the Doc Testosterone channel as a special guest today. So
thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I'm wondering because for me, it's always about deconstructing things, right? Mm-hmm. So as a scientist, I try to say, okay, so if I'm gonna wear this, then what will the woman look at, right? So like if I'm walking in the street, does she look at my shoes first or does she look at my face first, right? And I was always about this, I want to attract women through my brain. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, a lot of the time, they don't see your brain. They don't have X-ray vision. They cannot see the synapses in your brain, how smart you are, but they can see what you look like. Mm-hmm. So what I want to ask you is, was it always natural with you? Or did you become this somehow?
Well, none of it was natural to me. I mean, just quick backstory on even why I started teaching guys fashion, because I didn't actually go into it teaching dudes how to fucking dress well at all. That was not even the intention. It was, I got dumped by my girlfriend of 4 years, who we were in love. I was like, man, I fucking want to marry this girl. We're fucking in, it was really, I thought it was an amazing relationship. And turns out she was starting to rocket up the corporate ladder. I was dressing I used to be a pro BMX racer, so I had that rebel, entrepreneur, I don't give a fuck what people think how I look vibe. I had really long hair down to here. It was different colors at times. It was just I was a very young, kind of punk rock, fuck the world type of attitude. And that's cool. And that got me to that point. But then I realized, well, we broke up. And I'm at first I was pissed. I was like, fuck that bitch, man. I don't even why did she dump me? I'm awesome. But as, I got over the anger, the first step of getting over the breakup, you realize, oh man, well, I could have done this a little bit better. And the one thing that kept coming up was what I could have done better was myself. I couldn't lie to myself anymore and be I'm not proud of who I'm looking at in the mirror. And it wasn't my smarts, it wasn't my intelligence, it wasn't my friends, it was how I looked. So I'm fuck, what do I do? So I knew nothing about fashion. So I was damn. So I bought every book I could find on it at Barnes & Noble and Borders and all that. I read all the articles on forums, and then it was oh shit, I actually got to implement this. So I had no money at the time, so I'm shit. Luckily there's stores like H&M for guys that think it's expensive. I went to H&M and I had this idea. I was how do I because I thought she dumped me because she was making six figures and wanted to date guys that wore suits like doctors and lawyers. So I was how do I wear suits but not wear a suit? Because I wasn't really the type of guy that wanted to wear a suit all the time. So I went to H&M and I bought a blazer and I learned about tailoring. I took it to get tailored. And I took a $25 blazer and I spent $50 getting it tailored. Makes no sense when you think about it now, but it looked really good. Then I was all right, well, I can't really afford button-up shirts because they're expensive to get tailored and buy the shirts. So I'm well, let me just buy the $7 H&M t-shirts. But I bought solid colors, no logos. And then I'm man, I really like skinny jeans because I'm a bike rider and that's what we wear. So I always stuck to my dark black skinny jeans. And then I'm what's the footwear? And I bought a pair of boots. And I spent $200. And it was oh my God, how can I even afford this? And I'm I got to go out tonight. So I would go out. And the first night I went out, I got a couple compliments because I was going to the same bars where people were like, I always went when I looked like shit. So now they see me looking totally different. They're like, whoa, Ryan, you look good. You got dumped and you look amazing. Like, good for you. And I'm like, awesome. So then I went out again, and it was like, let me try wearing let me go buy a button up. So I buy like a black button up. I wear the same shit like every night. I wear the same outfit, but with like a different shirt or like a different color blazer. So I didn't have very much clothes, but I was very strategic in what I wore together. That nobody knew I was wearing the same shit over and over again. And the girls, like the reaction was like eye-opening because it was no longer like I didn't have to hit on girls. And looks really don't matter. You can have good game and get over that. 100%. You don't need to be dress well. You don't have to be skinny. You don't have to have abs. But it's a lot harder if you don't look good. And style is such a simple tweak that anybody can do. It just costs a little bit of money and a little effort to know what looks good on you. You can go to the mall right now, buy something, go out tonight, and get laid because you look good. And that's the thing. That's why I hate all the pickup companies that say looks don't matter. It's like, yeah, they do matter. No girl wants to bring a guy home who's wearing peacock and mystery.
Right.
That's not a girl, because a girl has these judgments. Now, you may not be going out to try to get a girlfriend or marry a girl, but women are always looking for security. They're looking for a guy. They're going to sleep with a dude they feel comfortable with. Do they feel comfortable with a guy that's got a feather in his hat? Probably not. But do they feel good when they look at a guy who looks like he makes 6 figures and he could support her? Yes. Could he afford to buy her breakfast in the morning if they hooked up? Yes. Could he get her a cab home if she went home with him? You don't think about this stuff when you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to go game some bitches and get laid. But in the real world, women are thinking about this, and they're looking at a guy and they're going, well, he hasn't had a haircut in a month. His shoes are fucked up. I can't really show him to my friends, but I think he's got abs. He's in shape. They're thinking about, they'll justify why they want to have sex with you if they do want to have sex with you, because you know that's the whole point. But if they look at you and you're in a nice blazer or a nice fitted button up, a nice pair of dark denim and a pair of dress shoes, for one, you don't look like anybody else in there because they all have given up and they all hate themselves.
Right.
They're all with their girlfriends they hate or wives, and they're just there to get drunk to forget their lives. And you show up and you look remotely a little bit better than everybody else there. Who's she going to look at? And then she's going to be like, oh, well, what does that guy do? Let me go talk to him. And she may not still come talk to you, but if you were to just say, I really like your outfit tonight. It's not a fucking pickup. If you just compliment her, naturally she'll compliment you, and then boom, you're in, you're talking, grab her a drink, she buys you a drink, you guys do shots, boom, next thing you know, you're sleeping at her house.
Got it.
That was it became that easy for me when I was dressed better than everybody around me. Yeah. And it was just and it wasn't hard. And people's mindsets would literally think I did certain things or I was a certain type of person by what I was wearing. Right. And that kind of sucked at first, because I wasn't used to it. But if I wore the blazer with the button up and I was all tucked in, I looked good, people thought I was rich, and people thought I worked at or owned the bar, or that I was a banker, or I was I was a pretentious asshole. But then if I wore a leather jacket, people thought I was this rebel. So it was I started studying how different outfits, the types of girls that would respond to me wearing these types of outfits. And then I started telling my friends this stuff. You like girls with tattoos? Well, they like leather jackets, so go buy a leather jacket. Oh, you want a girl next door? Well, you gotta wear a suit. You want a freak? Well, you gotta be able to mixture of both. And you just kind of don't know what you're doing. So it's I started attaching these little makeshift personas with the the women that we're going to approach based on what they're wearing. And that got really, really easy to do. Because I could literally put a guy in an outfit, send him out, and then just be just wait, bro. Just find one you like and say hello. And then if she does not talk to you, or at least give you your number, or at least have a conversation, because most guys just want to get that conversation first. Right. It's not really about,
approach.
The ideal is let's go fuck in the bathroom or whatever. But from my experience, no girl that's dressed well is gonna go have sex in the bathroom. They want to go home first. Right. But it was just to get guys approached and open that door to just getting a compliment, because everybody feels better when they get complimented. So if a girl who's attractive is saying, I really like your shoes.
Right.
Let me get you a drink. All of a sudden it's holy shit, I don't have to buy you a drink, or I don't have to, Wait, I didn't run the XYZ game plan around the corner where like I pretend to know your friend.
Cube.
Yeah, like I mean like there's, and not saying any of that's bad because it gets
Right.
people over their shyness and it does do a lot of good.
Totally.
But if you have the knowledge of game and you have style, it's like you're making your life so much easier. And that was like my long story into how I got into style. Basically, it was just from trial and error. And then I started teaching my friends, and then my friends started telling other people at their results. And then they were paying me to take them to the mall on the weekends, and I was making like money taking guys to the mall, and it got really weird a little bit because I'm still like not used to doing that. But then I just took to YouTube and I started talking about it, and now we're here.
Got it. No, you touched on so many good points. One concept that I really like is, like, for example, from my personal experience, when I wear good clothes, I feel different, right? So with our guys, you know, there's this thing called the winner effect. So when you win something, you get this rise in testosterone.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, this is all about fucking testosterone, right? So when you see a girl, you have this testosterone, this this masculine character, you're gonna go approach her and you're gonna have that good game. But then there's this winner effect. When you feel something wearing clothes, how does a person who has never wore good clothes, like I was in that, I was in a very, you know, I was willing to try anything and everything. So that's why I gave this a shot. Like, you know, I resisted this so long, right? The fucking skinny jeans, I resisted for so long. I mean, Elliot resisted that for so long too, and then you got him to wear it, now he loves it, that's all he wears.
Well, everybody has society has put this misconception, especially on like skinny jeans and like the European way of dress, because in Europe and like Italy, fashion is very forward over there. Guys are, I would even say, I mean, I don't know if there's been studies done, but I would assume they're more successful because they don't have comfort zones. They're willing to try more outlandish fashions. Like just buttoning your top button but not wearing a tie is kind of like, well, why are you doing that?
Right.
Like, oh, you look a little uptight, but button that up. No.
Hey man, thanks for watching this video. Ryan has just released a fucking fantastic product, brand new, just for the Doc Testosterone tribe. It's called the 7 Looks That Make Her Want to Fuck You. Now, this product will lay out for you step by step what to wear, where to buy stuff from, what to pick out for different events such as a date or something you do business casual. All that is laid out in one place in an ebook that he has made just for us. This bonus, this special, you can get started right away. The first link in the description below, and get started ASAP. I will see you in the next video. This is Doc Testosterone, and I'll see you next time.